I think it goes without saying that your life is going to be different after your divorce than when you're still married. And you probably should set some goals for what your post-divorce life is going to look like. Maybe you're going to get your health in order. Maybe your finances are going to be okay again because that person who's running so much debt is not going to be part of your financial life anymore. Maybe you want to be able to travel. Maybe you want to move to another city. There's all kinds of things that you may want to do differently. And the best way to be able to accomplish your goals is to write them down. You say, okay, I'm going to be divorced. My life's going to be different. It's okay. Here's some things I'd like to accomplish. You're not going to get all those done at once. You might never get all of those things done, but if you will write down what your goals for your post-divorce life are and make sure your lawyer knows what those are, we may be able to put some things in effect in your divorce case that are going to help to influence the case in a direction that's positive for you and also maybe push your life in that way even prior to the conclusion of your divorce. The best way to get where you want to be is to have a plan on the way you're going to get there. Just like beams that support the structure of a bridge, you need to have some beams in your life that are going to support you on this bridge right now. One of those is going to be a very valuable support to you is going to be your family. You know, they love you already. They gave birth to you. They want your best interest. You need to make sure your family knows what some of your goals are for your divorce so they can support you in that marriage transition right now from married to divorce. Also, they may be able to support you through childcare. If you have been used to having a parent at home all the time, but now you're gonna have the kids for a week at a time and you're gonna be working, you may have to have people who are gonna get them to the bus in the morning, people who are gonna pick them up from daycare in the afternoon, people who are gonna do homework with them until you get home from work late at night. Those family supports are vital. Also, you may need some financial support from people, and don't be ashamed to ask that. There's nothing wrong with that. One of the reasons we have family is to help us through our hard times. I promise you, if your family has the ability to do it, often they will help you financially if you're just willing to ask. Don't be afraid to humble yourself and ask. Supports like family, financial support, even friends, maybe a church. There's all kinds of avenues you can look in to get the support you need as your life's changing financially, emotionally, socially, parentally. Every kind of way your life is going to change requires another pillar of support along this bridge where you are right now. So just know this. There's support available. People want to help you. Don't be afraid to ask. If you've been married a long time, chances are really good that your hobbies, just by default, are whatever your spouse likes to do. Now you're going to be divorced, and you may want to explore some other hobbies and interests. Maybe you've always wanted to travel. Your partner was a homebody. Maybe you really like to walk, but your partner always wanted to sit at the house and play on their phone. Maybe you really wanted to do all these other things that you've never had a chance to. This is a time where you can develop some new hobbies and new interests to try things that you've never had a chance to do before. So I encourage you, take a look at what is out there. Just like when a person graduates from high school and goes to college, they should try a little bit of all of the classes and see what works for them. You may want to try things. You may not like going to the gym. You may not like being a foodie. You may not like all these different things that are out there that people do, but you know what? You're not going to know if you don't try. So I'd encourage you, take a look at the hobbies that other people who you like and respect what they're doing. Try them out. Again, you don't know if you don't try it, and it's worth it. As you're going through a big transition in your life anyway, try some new hobbies and interests. You might find something you really love. No matter how old you are when you get divorced, chances are really strong you're probably going to have somebody else who comes in a romantic interest in your life at some point. And when you do, that person is probably going to want to be around your children, maybe around your family. And it's a very tenuous deal to navigate. How do I introduce people to my kids? How do I work them into my family life? I know all those things are hard. Here's the biggest pointer I could give you right now. Don't introduce people too early. I see so many people, they get infatuated with somebody, they've been dating a couple of weeks, they bring them around to the kids. Kids really like them. They get to meet their children. They play together. They go on a vacation together. 3 months later, that relationship ends. And then a few weeks later, there's somebody else new comes around. This creates confusion for your children. One of the most important things you can do is to be very intentional and be in a maybe even a committed relationship for 6 months, maybe, before you introduce that person to your children. That way, you know you've got some stability, and it's not going to be just an overnight deal and they're gone. Before your kids meet somebody, I really encourage you to take the time to get to know them. Make sure you know, and I'm not even kidding about this, make sure you know if they have criminal history. Don't just rely on what they tell you. Check it out. Know if they have criminal history. Know if they've been involved with DHR. Know if they've lost custody of their own children. Know if they have substance abuse history, mental health problems. All of those things are going to come into play when the other parent finds out that you have this person around them. They're going to investigate, so you better investigate first. It's so important as you navigate new relationships to make sure that you know exactly who you're involved with before you ever let your children meet or become involved with that person as well. You'd be surprised at how many times people come into my office for a consultation about a divorce. They're married. They're coming in about a divorce, and they introduced me to this person. I'd like for you to meet Sally. She's my fiance. And I always think, how can you have a fiance? You're married to somebody right now. Okay, the courts absolutely hate that. If you're going to date somebody, which I would not encourage you to do while you're still married, because it's a crime and it's wrong. But if you're going to, don't introduce that person as that. And for goodness sakes, don't post on social media that you're in a relationship or that you're engaged to somebody, because you're not. You are married to somebody else, and it's going to negatively affect your case when you do that. So be very careful and know that you can't even marry somebody else for 60 days after your divorce is finalized. I'm not talking when it's filed. I'm talking after your divorce is finalized. You can't get married to anyone else for 60 days. So if you're going to start dating, wait till the divorce decree is finalized and then start your dating life. If you're wondering, is it even possible to have a normal life after a divorce? How do I move forward from here? The answer is absolutely yes, you can, and we'll help you get there. We've helped thousands of people across the state of Alabama do this for many years. We can take you from where you are to where you want to be if you'll call us today.